Welcome to Catholic News World.
Welcome to Catholic News World. Please subscribe to our channel. My name is Steph. Here are this week's breaking news headlines.
During a dramatic firefight, a Catholic priest and a seminarian were kidnapped in Nigeria, Africa. Agenzia Fides reported that Father Philip Ikeli and seminarian Peter Andrew were captured by armed men who entered the Catholic Church of St. Peter in the parish of Ivukwa, Etsako East District, Edo State, southern Nigeria, late on Sunday evening, March 2nd, around 11:30 p.m. During the attack, one of the kidnappers was killed by the security guards of the Catholic Church after a firefight with the perpetrators. Despite the intervention of the security guards, the priest and the seminarian were captured and taken to the bush. On March 4th, the local police confirmed the news and said that a joint search and rescue operation involving members of the 195th Battalion of the Nigerian Army, police officers, vigilante groups and local hunters is underway to rescue the victims and capture the kidnappers. Meanwhile, Father Matthew David Dutsamy of the Diocese of Yola and Father Abraham Somam of the Diocese of Jalingo, kidnapped on February 22nd, are still in the hands of their kidnappers.
Please subscribe to our channel.
A Catholic priest was killed on Ash Wednesday, who had previously escaped kidnapping 2 years ago. The Catholic Diocese of Kafanchan in Nigeria, Africa, just released that one of their kidnapped priests was killed. On Wednesday, March 5th, 2025, they announced the death of Father Sylvester Okachukwu, who had previously escaped a 2022 kidnapping. In a statement, the diocese wrote, "It is with deep sorrow and heavy hearts that we announce the tragic death of our beloved priest, Father Sylvester Okachukwu, born in 1980 and ordained in 2021, who was the pastor of St. Mary Catholic Church Takira, Kora local government area of Kaduna State." Father Sylvester was kidnapped from his residence on the evening of March 4th, 2025 at approximately 9:15 p.m. After being taken by his abductors, we regret to inform you that Father Sylvester's life was taken in the early hours of the 5th of March, 2025, Ash Wednesday. It is yet to be determined why he was killed. This untimely and brutal loss has left us heartbroken and devastated. Father Sylvester was a dedicated servant of God who worked selflessly in the vineyard of the Lord, spreading the message of peace, love, and hope. He was always available and accessible to his parishioners. His untimely death has left an indelible void within our diocesan family, and we share in the pain of his passing with his family, friends, and all those who knew and loved him. Let us come together as one family in prayer for the repose of his soul. We invite all priests, religious and the faithful, to offer holy masses, rosaries, and prayers for the eternal repose of Father Sylvester, who gave his life in service to God and humanity. We wish to call on our youth and members of the TACAD community to remain calm and steadfast in prayer. No one should take the law into their hands. The details of the funeral arrangements will be communicated in due course. May we continue to hold one another in prayer and unity during this dark moment. In Christ's love, wrote Father Jacob Shaunet, Chancellor of the Diocese.
Please subscribe to our channel.
Pope Francis' clinical condition has remained stable with no new respiratory episodes. He called the Catholic parish in Gaza and carried out several work activities, according to the Holy See Press Office. On March 6th, Pope Francis sent a message of thanks and prayer to all those who have been praying for his recovery since he was admitted to hospital 21 days ago. In a recorded audio message, the Pope said, "I thank you with all my heart for the prayers you offer for my health from St. Peter's Square. I accompany you from here. May God bless you, and may the Virgin protect you. Thank you." Pope Francis' message of thanks was in his native Spanish. It was broadcast in the Vatican Square for the many gathered there at 9 p.m. Rome time at the beginning of the Rosary Prayer. Starting on Monday, February 24th, thousands of believers have joined the cardinals residing in Rome, along with all collaborators of the Roman Curia and the Diocese of Rome, in St. Peter's Square to recite the Holy Rosary for the health of Pope Francis, who is being treated for pneumonia in the Gemelli Hospital. Pope Francis, to begin the 40-day season of Lent, wrote the homily for the Ash Wednesday Mass. The Pope wrote, "Let us turn back to God. Let us return to Him with all our hearts. Let us direct our lives towards Him, becoming a sign of hope for the world. Let us learn from almsgiving to go beyond ourselves, sharing each other's needs and nurturing the hope of a fairer world. Let us learn from prayer to discover our need for God. Finally, let us learn from fasting that we do not live merely to satisfy our needs, but that, hungry for love and truth, only the love of God and of one another can truly satisfy us and give us hope for a better future. Pope Francis' homily was read out by Cardinal Angelo de Donatis, Major Penitentiary of the Apostolic Penitentiary during the Ash Wednesday Holy Mass. On Ash Wednesday, March 5th morning, in the private apartment located on the 10th floor of the hospital, the Holy Father participated in the rite of blessing of the holy ashes imposed on him by the celebrant, then received the Eucharist. Afterwards, he devoted himself to some work activities. Also during the morning, he called on Father Gabriel Romanelli, pastor of the Holy Family in Gaza. In the afternoon, he alternated between rest and work. On March 3rd, Pope Francis suffered 2 episodes of acute respiratory insufficiency caused by an accumulation of mucus, which was aspirated both times, according to the Holy See Press Office.
Please subscribe to our channel.
Another fire at a Catholic church has destroyed the sacred building. A fire burned down St. Peter and Paul Roman Catholic Church was first noticed at 10:30 p.m. on February 21st by locals. By the time volunteer firefighters arrived at 11:30 p.m., it was clear that nothing could be salvaged. Prince Albert, our CMP, are characterizing the fire in the Claytonville district of the rural municipality of Garden River, Saskatchewan, as suspicious. However, others within the community have no doubt on what is to blame for the church's destruction. Catholic Register reported that Ryan Scragg, the Reeve of Garden River, told local media that the fire, which locals first noticed at 10:30 p.m., was 100% arson. There's no power out there. There's no natural cause that could have done it. No lightning in February, said Scragg. To think that someone would indiscriminately destroy this piece of our heritage is beyond frustrating, said Scragg. Whether you had a personal connection to the church or simply appreciated it as part of our landscape, its loss is deeply felt. If anyone has information about what happened, I encourage you to come forward. Prince Albert's Bishop, Stephen Hero, reacted to the fire and shed light on the decommissioned house of worship's heritage value in a statement to the Catholic Register. The Roman Catholic Diocese of Prince Albert was saddened to learn about the burning of the Saints Peter and Paul Church at Claytonville, wrote Hero. The parish began as a mission to the people of Polish descent in the area. The church building was constructed in 1918 to minister to local residents. Services diminished in the early 1970s, continued Hero. The church was decommissioned on June 29, 2018, the feast of Saints Peter and Paul. The church building was sold in 2019 to a group of local residents. It is always unfortunate when events like this take place. Our condolences go out to those who have lost this significant piece of their heritage. The blog Prairie Past, which specializes in photographing and documenting abandoned sites throughout Saskatchewan, wrote about how the Polish parishioners would celebrate the June 29th feast day of St. Peter and St. Paul. They had a procession outside and around the church, stated the Prairie Past. The celebration included banners, music, singing, flowers, and the Blessed Sacrament. They would decorate an outdoor altar, and after Mass, they would have a picnic and play games. It was a celebration that was anticipated for weeks. Even though it had long been inactive, locals revered Saints Peter and Paul because it represented a visual link to the community's settler origins. Catholic Register wrote that if it is proven to be arson, it will be the latest in more than 100 attacks on Christian places of worship, mostly Catholic churches, since the May 2021 reports of unmarked graves being discovered at the former Kamloops residential school in BC. To date, no graves have been discovered there or at any other residential schools. The Canadian Civil Rights League of Canada has been documenting incidents of vandalism at Canadian churches and posting them to its Church Attacks database.
Watch our program every Friday at 7:30 p.m. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to Catholic News World's channel. God bless.